What's up, Wretched Nation? We got a little video for you. If you can, I don't know if you can hear the bike tinging in the background. We just got back from a little ride, recorded a video, the last video we just done. And while I was doing it, I kind of remembered, you know, we did our best exhaust for under $300. And I think the exhaust got better. Didn't cost us any money, but it got better. And I figured we'll do another video to kind of update that. Same exhaust, but we did something a little different. And I think it's amazing and probably the best exhaust you can, I know it's the best exhaust you can do for under $300. If you have the skills and the know-how, would have only costed you about $150. But let's see what we got.
All right, if you watched our previous video, you already know what the exhaust is. Or not the previous video, but the video about the exhaust. I'll put a card up top for you to check it out if you want to. But for those of you that may not know what we have going on, let's tell you. Now we have the stock Harley head pipe. This is a 2018 Road Glide Special. It's what came with it. But we're missing a few things. If you can see the weld right there, that's where we took the catalytic converter out. And you can see that the crossover pipe is going nowhere. We've got that capped off to a single exit exhaust. Nothing on the left side. We ended up trading shorter bags, so the look is good. But we've got I think it's Road Shark or something, Chinese muffler. And we got that just to change the sound a little bit. The sound didn't really change much because we still have the catalytic converter and all that stuff. But you probably can't tell, but there is no longer anything in that muffler. It's just a piece of pipe now. But you got that much extension of exhaust. And if you know much about exhaust systems, you probably want somewhere between 6 to 12 inches of pipe extension from your collector point for a header or straight pipe exhaust system to work well. You want straight pipe 6 to 12 inches past your collector point. Now that's probably good right there. But you got your collector point in here, and we're going all the way past that. I know a lot of people, they might scream back pressure, back pressure, back pressure. If you chopped the exhaust in here somewhere, I'd agree with you. We might be leaving a couple ponies on the table, but you're probably going to compare a $1,000 to $1,200 exhaust to my $300 exhaust. That's not apples to apples. These are for the people who want to try something, spend as little money as possible. And honestly, this is my Road Glide. While I do enjoy how fast and nimble it is, I just went on a trip to Key West and back to 2,000 miles in a few days. I don't need every horsepower imaginable. I like to spend my money on the trips when it comes to this. So it is what it is, but this exhaust is for the cheaper mind, not the horsepower mind. Nothing wrong with it. I don't think you're actually gaining power. I don't think you're losing any power. I think it really helps breathe on the upper RPM band. This bike's got plenty of torque, but a stock bike especially, it does fall on its face on the top RPM band. This helps out so much. That only works because Harley's head pipe's actually a really good design from the factory. If this was a trash design, then it wouldn't help at all. But you're basically just helping it breathe. But let me stop talking so much and just show you what it sounds like.
So for me, that was a vast improvement over stock. I had the stock exhaust, then I went with the cheap mufflers, just because the mufflers, in my opinion, they really don't matter. There's no real performance gain from mufflers. I do kind of cringe when people spend a crap ton of money on the mufflers, other than the people who don't want their mufflers falling apart like mine did. But I was fine going straight pipe, and I knew that from the beginning. But went with just mufflers. That wasn't enough. We cut the cat out, went full stage 1. It was okay. The sound was good enough, but in the back of my head, I was always a little kind of wanting more. And right before our Key West trip, The baffling material was coming apart. You know, Chinese mufflers, ain't complaining. I got my $150 worth out of it for 2 years of riding it. But pull those baffles out. Man, I think it sounds amazing. If you think it sounds like crap, let me know. What do you have? What is your exhaust? Does it sound good? Let me know. See if there's any comparison. See what you got. But for the budget, I think this is great. We're gonna do some sound clips and get you to hear it on the road. I'm gonna have a mic in my helmet. I don't know how much you're gonna hear it, but at least you'll be able to hear what I hear. And I don't think it's that bad at all. I don't think the drone's that bad. You get it up in high gear. I don't think it's there when you want it, but it doesn't drown you out when you don't. And I think a lot of that mainly is keeping that pipe all the way in the back. If it was cut short in front of the bag, probably hear it a lot and it would probably drown out your radio. But where it is right now, I think it's perfect. Less than $300. It technically cost me, I think, $290 if you don't want to factor in gas and get the stuff. But $300, I can't complain. And if you like it, this is a awesome mod you can do, especially if you got a welder and you're handy, or you can braze up that titanium. I think, no, stainless steel. If you can braze that up, even better, cheaper for you. But let's get some sound clips and see what it sounds like in the real world. Hopefully my GoPro will be good enough to get you some sound clips. Alright guys, I want to do a little audio clip for you guys of riding, or what it sounds like to me. This is no radio, this is what the exhaust sounds like. It sounds pretty good, like this thing sounds aggressive. And I mean, I've had people compliment me on it, they're like, wow, like, what did you do to your exhaust? Or, you know, like, wow, that thing sounds aggressive, that sounds nice, it sounds throaty, and it's really nice. You do get some of that reversion. Again, I don't know what exactly your guys are going to be able to pick up on the mic, but it sounds amazing. I'll have some different clips with a different GoPro for you, but this exhaust, man, I'm so glad I did it. I can't believe how cheap it was. Yeah, you're altering the stock pipe. I realize there's people out there that, you know, don't want to alter their bike at all. Well, this video is not for you. Or some people don't want to go in and alter the stock stuff just in case there's an issue and maybe they need to go back with it and want to get a different exhaust, just so they have all the stock stuff. I'm not really, you know, on that boat, but I do understand. I would say don't worry about it, or you can also get another unit to replace. They do actually sell these type of units, the actual head pipe with nothing in it. They like already decatted, already capped off. It's gonna be a little quiet for this funeral. Yeah, they sell those head pipes
already gutted, already capped off, however you kind of want to do it. I got mine gutted for $100 and got the left side capped off for $40. I didn't cut it and weld it, I just got it capped off, so worst case, I can cut that and put everything back except the catalytic converter. But if I want to go back to the stock look, or for whatever reason, I don't know, it's available to me. Probably won't ever do that, but it's there. So this thing is amazing. It's good performance, the head pipe's good, and even though it's got no baffles or anything, first off, a muffler baffle, at least that type, isn't really going to give you back pressure. It's not. The cat's going to give you some, but that's not really going to give you much. What's important is a very good head pipe, and you need some exhaust after the head pipe. We already know this head pipe flows very well. It's been proven time and time again on the dyno that the stock Harley pipe's actually really good shape. The biggest thing is to get that catalytic converter out of there. And these bikes, this M8 Milwaukee engine anyways, performs very well from the factory, but it performs very well in the low end. Not a lot of torque, and it's kind of stopped up on the top. That's how I always felt. That's how the bike felt, super torquey, not a lot of top end, kind of fell on its face. Opening this pipe up really helps. Now, of course, I stumbled upon taking the guts of the muffler off, kind of had to. I didn't want everything just falling apart while I was riding down the road. I figured I'd go ahead, pull it apart, and see what it sounded like. It's actually louder than I thought it was going to be, but it's great. I think it's great. It's not so loud that it's annoying. We're going 60 miles an hour in 6 gears, just kind of cruising. If I had the radio on, it wouldn't bother me. If the life was on with me, or the tour pack was back there, I would hear it even less. Like, it's not bad. When you get on it, you know, you can hear it. You can definitely hear it a little bit, but, you know, that's what it's there for. It doesn't drown out my radio, which is nice. And a lot of that is just the exhaust going all the way out the back like it should be from the factory. It gets the sound away from you. But all in all, gutted cat, no muffler. Well, it's got a muffler, but all the packing material, all the baffle material's out of it. I think that's the perfect way to go. I love it. Again, under $300, I can't complain. I think it's one of the best, in my opinion, it has got to be the best exhaust for your money. It has to be. There's no way to get it any cheaper. I do recommend you're going to have to throw a tuner on it, because the back pressure is way different than what it's used to. I would put a tuner on it, especially these more finicky M8 engines. And while you're doing it, well, might as well get the air cleaner. So might as well go kind of like a homemade stage 1, and you're going to be less than $1,000. Man, it sounds good. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think? Obviously, you're probably going to get a little bit more sound or a little bit more performance out of an actual full exhaust system. But some of the exhaust systems on these bikes are expensive, man. And this is something I wanted to just kind of test and wanted to try. What could I come up with, knowing the stock pipe does perform very well? And I can kind of get away with this. And not really lose the performance that people think you're going to lose. It's actually a performance pipe over stock. I'm sure I'm leaving a little bit of horsepower on the table. I'm sure I am. But for the amount of money spent, I could put a cam in this thing for what you could spend, what you would end up spending on like a D&D 2-in-1 with a ghost pipe, you know, or whatever you would want to spend. I could put a cam in this thing for that price. So I think 10 out of 10, definitely recommend it if you're interested. Comment down below if you have any questions or interested in anything, want to know anything, or what you've done to your bike. Definitely an update to the old system, even with the cat out and still had that muffler in there. It was okay. It wasn't quite, you know, the monster exhaust I was kind of hoping for that a Harley should have. But this is it. I'm happy. Probably won't going to be messing with it anymore. I'm happy with it. Excited. So if I'm happy, hopefully you're happy. Happy enough to hit that like button. Comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And of course, keep it wretched.